Hello guys. Oh, we're blurry. I'm pretty sure the last video I made was about doing some weight reduction in preparation for installing a roll bar, and as promised, this is going to be the roll bar video. So this is the roll bar here. It's a kind of generic MX5 roll bar. It's similar to the hard dog one, but it only has one crossbar. As I probably said in the last video, I am going to be customizing it in the future, but I want to get it done by this weekend because I'm going to tracks on Sunday and I want a roll bar. I want to look cool. The main thing that I'm going to try and accomplish today and tomorrow is drilling some holes, one here and one over that side, so I can fit this harness bar in here. Now I can't fit it the normal way where it goes back and round, but I can fit it like that. So I'm going to have to cut these posts off, put new posts underneath so they go into here because you have to flip it over, and then it should fit completely perfectly. I haven't even drilled these holes yet down here, and one thing that no one's ever really shown properly in an install video is what holes do you drill, because there's a lot. So yeah, I'm going to mark out these holes and possibly drill some stuff tonight, because I've got to mark this hole, mark that, and then tomorrow I'll continue and we'll do the majority of the actual work. Okay, so I've marked very vaguely these holes. I have an issue. I can't exactly drill the hole because my drill's ran out of charge and I don't have a corded drill. So I'm just going to show you what tomorrow's plan is. Tomorrow we're going to maybe possibly cut this tube off. If the bolt's long enough we won't fucking bother, because then I can just sell this when I get an actual harness bar. But that is how we're mounting it. You can see the hole through there goes straight down to the mounting point that's level with that one, and we're going to mount the harness bar this way around, rather than usually it would be the opposite way around. It would come out around the back there, but it doesn't quite fit. So we're going to do that, and hopefully it won't fall out. All right, guys. Next day, I'm a little bit sleepy. I don't know why. My drill has charge, so we're all good there. I have also been into town, and I got bolts that look like this with a nut, nylock nut. 2 washers, awesome, and I got some of these plates which are for like going on a wall if you're putting a bolt through so it doesn't pull through, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to crack on doing that. I'm going to finish drilling that hole. Now all we got to do is take this out of the car and drill these holes, but first we've got to jack up the car because I don't want to drill through stuff, because that wouldn't be fun. So now that we've got the car jacked up, we've now got to take this off, which is just a plastic little mudguard thing. So this is the point where I realise I should have just taken the wheel off. Sad Tom. Okay, so just as a reference, see that grommet there? Probably can't. That is there. So our holes for the back ones are going to be here, and then the front ones are going to be about here in between this and this. Okay, so now we're going to drill these holes out, now that I've got all the plastic trim and everything off. So this side of the car, that's the left hand side, is fine to drill through because there's nothing underneath. The other side of the car, there is some electrical connectors in between one of the holes you've got to drill. So basically don't drill through them, because if you do, you'll have a bad time and your car won't start and you'll probably electrocute yourself at the same time, which won't be fun. Okay, so here are the holes all drilled, and as you can see ground through there. And just so you know, because none of the other tutorials I looked at showed you where the holes go, that's where the holes are. So they come out pretty much right on the edge here, between this lip. So yeah, you drill them and do that. There you go, all the holes are drilled for the roll bar. I'm not going to be doing the ones in the side here because frankly I don't want to take all this shit off. So now I'm just going to hoover up, clean up all the rough edges like this, put everything back together, and once it's in I can then test all the holes for the harness bar and see what I can do with that. Okay, so police just drove by. A lot of time has passed since I last spoke to you, so I found some rust in both wheel arches, which is not uncommon at all. One of which I've already repaired, the actual arch down there. This one's alright, but there was a fair bit of rust, so I have treated that, and now I'm just going to undercoat it once all the rust treatment's dry. I'm gonna leave it like that. So that's what I've been doing. The roll bar is pretty much ready to bolt straight into the car. So all these bolt holes, they're never going to line up completely 100% right because you've got movement in this and this, but they're close enough to close enough. So I'm going to start bolting them up. Okay, so you're now under the car. You can see over here there is a bolt that's come through. So I'm going to run into our bolt thing. Going to use a washer, a nut, and then this plate, which will hopefully all fit together. Hopefully I've got room for all of that. Okay, so this is all I have left. Are you seeing the problem? Because this is a problem. Okay, now that I've installed all the bolts on this side, you know what that means? It's time to install them on the other side, and the other side is exactly the same, so I will just show you if there's anything that pops up that is different. I've encountered an issue, and as promised I will show you the issue. So on the rear section on this side, the holes are actually closer together because of the where the bar mounts, because there's this electrical connector here, so they can't be, like, one can't be here because it would be too close, I would assume. That's why they've done that. So yeah. So now, with any luck, this should fit. Okay, so now we're going to be spannering the top whilst we tighten the bottom. Hello guys, my camera's about to die, so I'm going to go get a new battery in a minute, and I said go get a new battery in case you didn't realise because I spoke really quick. Anyway, I destroyed the fuck out of my finger trying to tighten that bolt over there. Smashed it on one of these, which is nice, so I've got no skin on that whole strip of my finger, which is lovely. So what I've done, I have painted some bits, got these little bits here painted, all black, touched up the roll bar a little bit. It doesn't really matter about the roll bar because I'm going to be repainting it at some point anyway. Might go green or something, I don't know. So that's all painted, that's all done, but we are left with this problem: how to install the harness bar. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little knobs off, so they're about that thick there, just to give it some thickness, because this is fairly thick metal anyway, and then sort of cut some material away out of this squishy plastic shit, so it fits in the roll bar like I showed you earlier. I think that'll fit. Yay! So we're close, but not quite there. So if I yeet that over there a bit, then might fit. So let's try cutting some off. So I'm very dirty, but it fits, and this is all over me, which is lovely. But I have a harness bar that fits, which is good. So I'm going to get this bolted in and I'll show you the final product. I look like shit and I'm covered in dirt and dust and everything. That's really not that dirty. But anyway, roll bar is in, harness bar is in. I've even managed to get these little plastic things to fit on top to cover up the exposed metal, like OEM. So now wheels are back on, everything's buttoned up. All we've got to do is put it back down on the ground. Okay, I hope you liked the little bit of cinematic thing that I did at the end of this. This wasn't a very difficult install. It just takes a lot of time because you're just faffing about trial fitting things. It's not difficult by all means. Anyone with a basic toolkit could install a roll bar. All you need is a 10mm drill bit, bolts, a 17mm spanner, a 17mm socket. That's really it. And if you're not doing harnesses, then it's even easier because you don't have to make this bar and you don't have to drill any holes in your roll bar. All you have to do is drill a couple holes in the chassis and that's it. But you can see back there, all looks nice and posh, whatever you want to say. But it's in there, and it's in there nice and sturdy. And I know some people will ask about this, whether it's an actual harness bar, and yes it is. That doesn't move at all. And then the roll bar is fixed in very securely, apart from these side bolts there, which I didn't feel like doing, and frankly I don't think there's much point in them. So yeah, it should stiffen up the car a little bit. So I'll let you know if I can actually feel a difference, but mainly it's for looks and safety. Safety being the big one, looks being the also big one, because that looks badass. And when it has a double X going down like that, then it will look even more badass. And I will be the coolest kid in town, probably not. But yeah, there you go. That's how you install a roll bar with harnesses and all that sort of shit. Hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Peace out and keep moving backwards.